for a penalty though, right?
I don't think so, but I don't think it's a corner either.
Yeah, with that laugh. Anyway. Here is Jonathan. Clearance by Narubadin. Keep up this pressure. Here's Ramai. He's got the pace, Ramai. Lovely turn from Witan Sulaiman. Ricky Kambuaya. It's in there. Indonesia. Ricky Kambuaya has struck early here. And has that given him just a little bit of hope? Oh, that will give them a lot of hope. Still a long way to go, but what a start for Indonesia. Love the work from Rumakek. Down his left-hand side, keeps his composure, and wonderful what Witan Sulaiman does there. He hangs on to the ball under pressure. We didn't see enough of that from him in the first leg. Taking on the responsibility, holding on to it. And then Kambuaya, all he can do really is try and drive that through the sea of legs and test the goalkeeper, keep it on target. And he tested Siwara, who on this occasion wasn't up to this challenge. It's a bad mistake from an experienced goalkeeper, but Indonesia won't care. Look at the defenders it's gone through. That's poor goalkeeping, doesn't get behind the ball at all. Just takes his eye off it, perhaps careless from Siwara. Only the second goal that Thailand have conceded in this tournament. Ball is given away. Here comes Tirsa Dunga. And they hit back immediately. Radio's down the way. And the resulting shot is then blocked for a corner though. He's been great, Nadio, in goal for Indonesia. Again, he had to be strong with that as he kept the shot out. Oh, this is squared stuff early on. A perfect start for Indonesia, Wushan. This is what not only the Indonesians, but the neutrals watching this would want to see. This is great. This is great for the final. I know it's not great for Thai fans out there, but the atmosphere around the stadium has been good before kickoff. Absolutely. And from the Indonesian fans as well, a credit to them. They were loud, they were lively. Tanawat, slowly pulled down. Rahmat went in hard. Everyone's blood is pumped up at the moment, isn't it? Lovely work from Tanawat. It is a foul. He gets a second challenge in as well. Follow-up could have been from Didik. Oh. Again, pretty much dead centre. You know, there's one player certainly going to fancy his chances, and he's right on the ball. Remember the first leg when there were a couple of really good positions for Thailand for the free kicks. They've got another great position here, and this time they've got the specialist on. Magic wand of a left foot for Tiraton. They will have been watching, I'm sure, his videos, Russian, in anticipation of what he wants to do, what he does with his free kicks. Yeah, that was a great angle that we had, a camera angle that we had early on of the position of the wall. And when I actually saw that, I thought, I think there's going to be a need of a bit of adjustment, and he has adjusted it, Nadeo. He has, because they were far too wide there, so we had to step across and had another look. He's adjusted it. Is he hedging a bit? He's very central, isn't he? Let's see. Ball does its job, and listen to that. That's getting applauded by the crowd. Big time. Jonathan. Well defended by Afriana. And there he goes, just gesturing to his players. Calm it down. Talking. How is he feeling about things at the moment? Wearing his lucky clothes at the moment. Well, for Indonesia, it's about goal, using momentum. For Thailand, again, that experience needs to come in. Lots of experienced heads need to keep their composure, try and slow it down where they can. If in situations in these set pieces they can kill it off, go and do it, sure. We'll get another corner. Simpson appealed immediately. Well, this is the best possible way you can respond, short of scoring an actual equaliser. Yeah, pressure's on. Thailand, good response from them. Again, it's
Tirasin making a nuisance of himself. Might just have taken a touch, perhaps.
Well, there'll be another almighty roar from the Indonesians if they defend this one well, get it away. By the way, just to let you know that we've got Witan Sulaiman and Ramai right on the halfway line. Anything should come their way. Loose ball. Oh, that's beautiful. It grazes the crossbar. The outside of his boot.
Clever from Super Chop. Comes into him quickly and he can't really sort of readjust his body in those positions. You need to take these attempts quickly. He's still got the time to take a first touch. He's just trying to curl it into the top corner with the outside of his boot. Fortunately for Indonesia, it's come off the crossbar.
He's certainly someone watching at Europe pinpointed as you'd love to see him venture out of Thailand, perhaps into the likes of Japanese and Korean leagues, maybe further afield.
Yeah, and I think he's one of those who's ready to move on to Bachok. We've seen evidence of that. I think over the last couple of years, and certainly in this competition. And that really is the key for Southeast Asian players, and it's something that observers of Southeast Asian football, it's not something groundbreaking to say that Southeast Asian players need to go out and get out of their comfort zone and take that next step and try to play in a higher quality league. The ones that obviously have reached a certain level in the region are those players that I'm talking about.
Gone back beautifully. Look, it's Ricky Kambuaya trying to slalom his way through. Kind of went down, didn't he? In front of Tiraton.
Strong challenges coming in from both sides. Ricky Kambuaya has got this ability in him to just run past. I think that's a foul. That should have been a free kick to Indonesia. And then Egi strong with the follow-up challenge.
Shin Tae-yong said, "We will win this second leg." Didn't say by how many goals or whether it would be enough to take them through to lifting the trophy, but he's given them this self-belief. He's maintained even right after the defeat, and it was a disappointing game for Indonesia. Remember, they had two very, very good chances in that first leg. Yeah, he's Witan Sulaiman. Right on his own, he's got two players right on him. Now Tiraton.
You can sense that nervousness has gone out of this Indonesian team. They were so nervous in the first leg. They couldn't keep the ball under pressure. But suddenly they've got confidence now because they're in a situation where they can't really lose. The ball goes down. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be the way. As they grow, as they develop, they should learn to play under that pressure.
Just got to keep their heads. There's some flying in here. With Indonesia, Asnawi. Well, it's full-blooded so far. You couldn't ask for a better start to this match.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, Kambuaya is really trying to single-handedly carry Indonesia forward. And he's, for me, been one of the best players in this Indonesian side as well. I know, talk about Witan, Nadeo, Pratama Arhan, Alfe Andra. I'm now realizing I pretty much said the whole Indonesian team is the best.
Well, I think you pinpointed him in the first leg as the one who stood out for you, and you were surprised, even I dare say disappointed when he got yanked off, didn't you? You felt that he could have stayed on the pitch.
I was surprised that they took him off. Maybe there was a thinking that
for the second leg.
we were trying to keep him fresh for the second leg. But look at how they're closing and pressing and harrying here, Indonesia. They're hungry for this. They believe now that they can get something out of this match. And for all those people out there who are saying, let's cancel the second leg, in jest, I'm sure, in jest.
There was a lot of that going on. Now,
I'm not quite sure they feel the same way about that.
Oh, absolutely. Glued to the screens, I'm sure. Here comes the Pratama Arhan special. With his long throws. They're usually flat as well. Plenty of pace on them. Egi Maulana got a little touch on. you're seeing Manu Polking there. He was just, again, gesturing to his players. Calm it down or slow it down. Both of them would work right now for them, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So they're going to take as much time as they possibly can on these restarts. And you just saw evidence of that. The ball went on play. None of the Thai players really went off the pitch to take it. Mano took his time, walked to the ball, kicked it onto the pitch. But that's the key. That's being professional in these situations.
Turaton's pass up top to Gordon has gone out of play. Catch a breath if you can. This is one of the few quieter moments in this match so far. 17 minutes have flown by in this AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 final, the second leg. Indonesia have scored a goal through Ricky Kambuaya. Only 3 more unanswered goals just to force this final to go into extra time, but the early goal is precisely what they would have wanted. Only 2 goals that Thailand have scored, that Thailand have conceded so far, have come off errors at the back. One against the Philippines, Manuel Beer's header was not good enough, slotted in by Reichelt. Here today, Siwadak. Some handling, poor handling in the shot. Chanatip has gone down his boots off. He was in the press today, Roshan, talking about how players like him should be venturing out.
And he's absolutely right. Again, as his boot comes off there, you've seen his game step up to a different level, and you understand why, what he's learned from his time in J1, how he's developed as a player over there on and off the pitch. Again, as I said, it's not really groundbreaking.
No, it's not.
Say Southeast Asian players, the ones who have outgrown the region, need to then take that next step.
What I thought was interesting in his comments was he's calling it a comfort zone.
And maybe perhaps for some players, they are their comfort zone. But I don't think it's exclusively a Southeast Asian problem. I think it happens in various parts of the world. I think in West Asia you see it as well, with players not wanting to take that step into Europe. Comfort zone. And you see it with English players as well.
Yeah, happy to stay in England.
Happy to stay in England.
Well, and connected with that, he's picked out a couple of things. One is they're probably getting a decent domestic salary. And secondly is the language, which is always an obstacle, isn't it? As we see another foul on Chanatip. didn't see enough of that from the Indonesians in that first leg. Only where they did cause a few problems, not many.
Yeah, but I said earlier, they're looking a lot more confident. Again, you think about the story around the game. 4 goals down, second leg of the final. Give it everything we've got. It's our last game here. We've got nothing to lose. Nobody really expects us to catch up to Thailand in terms of the aggregate scores. And maybe the trophy being out there has given them a bit of inspiration as well.
Thailand would felt they have one hand on that already. They certainly don't want to be losing Ramai. He's going to get on that stretcher, and Indonesian fans will be hoping he'll leap off it very quickly. Right, well, actually outside of his technical area at the moment. Having words with Alfredo Dewanga. But these guys right now, just that belief. I think that's more important than anything else right now. The belief that's coursing through the veins of Indonesian fans. Remember, they have had 2 occasions here at the National Stadium in this tournament where they've managed to score 4 goals. 4 against Malaysia, 4 against Singapore. Very different circumstances, of course. They've got 3 to go. Asnawi. It's done well. Too easy by Didik. Ramai is ready to come back on. But at the moment, the ball's with Superchok. Looking for Bordin. Forced his way into the area. Rather Tirasin.
Well, really difficult ball for him to do anything with. Tirasin, how far away he was from goal there. Knew that he needed to put in a challenge on Fakhruddin. Another one who I was surprised to see taken off at half-time in that first leg, to be replaced by Baggett, who I really think has been that impressive. Malcolm Baggett.
Your thoughts on players breaking protocols and now not being available for the final?
I think that's a disgraceful mistake to make, and it almost, it's a lack of respect for your teammates and for the squad as a whole. When everyone's together in camp, everyone is living in that bubble, everyone's working towards that common goal. For you to say, you know what, I want to go out and have a bit of fun. It's disgraceful for me. And,
even more so in a pandemic.
Yeah, and you're putting yourselves at risk, you're putting other people at risk. See Eggy going down. And I think, when you look at that, you say, yeah, young players, they make mistakes. Okay, maybe. Victor Gonefo, what's he, like 36 years old?
Yeah, that's right. From the side. Rahman goes in. Just about.
They're looking for a handball. I think it's come off.
Flag just goes up with Superchok, who spent a lot of time looking across at the assistant there.
Listen, looking back in the cover tip, but he's looking right across the line. That's Superchok. He shouldn't be getting himself back into an onside position. Gaining a bit more territory here, pushing up the pitch. Indonesia with a longer pass forward.
Now that Pratama Arhan throw. Let's see if they can get something out of this. flat is normally the key here. That's exactly what we've got. It will be a corner. It looked like it was Bowie who got the final touch. An interesting weapon of choice. Absolutely desperate to make amends for that early mistake off the near post. On the near post there, just trying to get a touch on. Witan. The Valgren gives it away. No foul, alternative. Here's Asnawi. Marhan. Harrison dropping deep here as well. Ricky Kambuaya. Now Egi Maulana. Indonesia trying to sustain his pressure. Super top on his own. Ball back by Asnawi. Felt he was fouled by Super Chop.
Stop playing for a second, Asnawi.
Without any whistle going.
Without any whistle going. Wanting the referee to blow a whistle there. We're still looking to play the advantage, but Indonesia first every second ball at the moment.
Well, he wanted a quick ball in. Did Exetia one. Not bad, was it?
Was able to actually find the head of Did Exetia one. A little bit too high for him though.
Yeah, again, lots of speculation about who would lead the line. Pretty even at the moment in terms of possession. Shots. Thailand at the moment in front on that one. But yeah, Shinte always asked, why have you not used Egi Maulana more? Remember, he started. As we see, Vodapala. Still boarded. Shintae was saying that he had to just manage his players and their workloads, and that's why they want to put too much on Egi. And now people are calling for Ezra Wallin before they were wondering why he started. It's never an easy job being a coach. It's satisfying.
No,
all those fans.
It's almost as if everyone else knows better than him.
Here's Pratama Arhan.
And that's why when you're in the hot seat, you might as well make decisions that you want to make. At least if you lose your job, you can say, hey,
my way, hey?
It's my way, yeah.
Absolutely. Given away there by Bowie. Nerves there in the Thai defence this evening. Helped, of course, by that early goal for Indonesia. Himself had said he didn't think that this was done. He said he even cited some Champions League, UEFA Champions League comebacks, which I'm sure big football fans have all had at the back of their mind.
I'm gonna touch on that. Let's just see what happens here with this long throw, as the referee has a word with Egi and Bodin. He's been saying to these players every time there's a set piece situation in the box, no hands, no hands. I'm watching, and then he says thank you. Very polite referee.
Pratama. Oh, that was an important touch there. Witan Sulaiman got a leg on it, but Bodifala was in the way. He's got it hard. He might get booking here. Will indeed.
He's done really well. Kambuaya. Wonderful job that Kambuaya has done here. To touch it, zipped into him, sees that challenge coming. Touches the ball away, gets his body across. Takes the contact. Well done.
Block earlier on, Bodifala off Witan Sulaiman. Again, that throw.
again that throw. It's the first defender with the header. Lots of issues in the box. So there's that wall after that nervy start. This mistake leading to the opener for Indonesia. Alfeandra, he's got wonderful technique.
Spectacular free kick here against Indonesia. Can they now dish out one of their own? Alfeandra standing over the ball. Chance here to make it two for Indonesia. Strong Asnawi. Great run from him. Cross. Not good enough. Tiraton. Back with Indonesia. Shown by Witan Sulaiman. They've won the ball back here. Ricky Kambuaya. Bit of work to do here. City one. Pratama. It's incredible. It's just coming back to Indonesia, isn't it? Putting the pressure on Thailand.
Yeah, opposite of the first leg, it was Thailand the first leg who were winning all the second balls, looking to press immediately after losing it. Here it's Indonesia picking up the 50-50s, picking up those second balls, hungrier for it at the moment.
Everybody has done really well there.
Well defended. Have to be strong. So his body across and run out for a goal kick to Thailand.
We saw a little bit of this, didn't we, Roshan, in the first half of the semi-final second leg against Vietnam, where they came at Thailand, but they kind of held firm. They were never really panicking. This was the goal.
Yeah, it's good work. Again from Indonesia down the left-hand side. It was Rumakek, then Witan Sulaiman keeping his composure, poking it into Kambuaya. But really just had to do his best to try and get it on target, keep it low, test the goalkeeper, and that's exactly what he did. Oh, it's an important interception from Pinsada.
Look at that. Forward and swarming. Witan Sulaiman. Oh, he can't beat that in. Asking in vain for the corner, but look at that. Early in that phase.
All over Pinsada there. I mean, the first interception from Pinsada was very good, and he just gets crowded out. Pawi, to his credit, I thought he's going to just get left behind, but he gets himself back goal side. He's patient, he doesn't put in a silly challenge, doesn't put in a rash challenge. Good composure, let's Rita just run it out of play.
Rather, Super Chop won't get there. For Thailand, another play by Tirsin. Frustration for the Thais. Didik. Kambuaya. Again, quick throw. They're looking to release Witan Sulaiman as fast as they can.
Good pace as well, Witan. Always looking to try to get in behind it, Thai defense. The earliest opportunity, but Thailand here on an attack of their own.
Here's Tiraton, as far up the pitch we've seen her in a while. Tirsin.
Good defending from Alfeandra. Brave defending. Did his job well. Tirsin looked to be favourite for it initially, but Alfeandra got there. Lifting it, Tiraton. For the head of Tirsin. Well defended, good position taken up by Alfeandra. in the first leg, it just looks like nothing was going Indonesia's way in possession with the ball. Second leg, it's Thailand looking flustered, looking nervous. And that's a credit to Indonesia.
And they keep this going in the second half. And they need goals, of course. Alfiandra waiting to come on. And he is now back on the pitch. Full complement for Indonesia. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Siwadak. 4 minutes or so left in this first half. Here's Saraj. Up towards Superchok. Alfiandra did enough.
Just making the run in between Alfiandra and Arhan. Again, Alfiandra has done a good job defensively.
Roshan, you wanted to bring something up about the Champions League. I'm just harking back from about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I just wonder what they've been watching Indonesia in the lead up to this game. You know, what sort of motivational films or matches they've been looking at. Maybe Liverpool's famous comeback against Barcelona in the Champions League. Maybe they were watching
Tottenham against Ajax Amsterdam.
Oh, sure, yeah. I was going to actually go for Mali, Angola in the 2010 Africa Cup of Nations. Angola went to a 4-0 lead, and then Mali.
As well there, Surak. Nice and aware.
And Mali getting it back to 4-all, space of like 11 minutes or something to that effect.
I remember Newcastle, Arsenal one year, but they were 4-0. Well,
and none of those comebacks have been I don't think in the final.
yeah,
But you know, it's happened in football.
right. So you know that phrase, we've seen this happen, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Well, they have.
I mean, you think about probabilities, and obviously probability is very low.
No, of course.
But there's still a chance, no matter how slim that chance is. If there never was, if there never was, then don't bother showing up.
Correct. Right. And that's why Shin Tae-yong has only maintained just positive note. That's all he can do. He's got to say, we can win this.
Yeah, you
can win this.
Obviously, don't expect him to come on and say, "No, it's all over.
Yeah.
Let's back it in. Let's go home now."
But what I mean is, he's been very emphatic.
Yeah.
We will win this. In fact, sorry, he doesn't say we can win this. We will win this. And right now, the way the team is playing, there is strong belief in what their coach.
It starts from the coach, right? If he's sending those messages publicly, it starts from him. Conferences saying we will win this, and that filters through to the players that believe, you know. And again, what they've been doing in the build-up to this one, important to maintain that belief that okay, we're 4-0 down, but as I said, this is second leg. 90 minutes. You don't get to play in a final very often in your career.
Yeah. Listen, there being maybe 2 goals lead in the second half. It's still doable. 3 at the moment is what's required by Indonesia. Thailand is trying to see a little bit more of the ball in the last couple of minutes. Here's Narubadin. Now Saraj. What Tiraton is. No foul on him, referee. Interested, he's telling Tiraton to get up.
It's been a clever run here, Tiraton. If they can find him with a throw. Unfortunately for Thailand, they don't have the long throw capacity of Pratham Arhan.
We've got 3 minutes more. That will be good news to Indonesia. Here's Narubadin, who just skips past Ramai. Oh, that was almost as spectacular from Tirasin. It would have been special.
Yeah, looking for the goal that would have taken him outright top on the scoring chart in this competition. Would have been pretty special if he got in the right connection. Really good work from Narubadin. It's acceleration away, drop off the shoulder, and a change of pace. Fantastic to watch on the ball. Carries it so well. Skips past players, can keep a hold of it. And he knows how to find the final pass.
They're from Thailand now. What helps to win the ball back for Indonesia. Got about a minute and a half left in this first half. Charlotte. It's been relatively quiet in this game so far. Which is a good indication of how well Indonesians are performing at the moment. He's certainly given them a real impetus, hasn't he? Pratama Arhan.
Yeah, he has. It just gives them better balance now on the left-hand side. We mentioned his defensive work, but also his contribution. I think more in those attacking positions and his long throws with the set pieces. Obviously a key part of Indonesia's game.
Also, we've not seen much of Narubadin bombing forward as we have seen in previous matches.
Yeah, but I don't think they need him to. Remember we saw this from Thailand against Vietnam in the second leg, where the positioning was a lot more disciplined. Because they were hanging on to a lead. They don't need to open up, and they don't need to have their fullbacks getting forward, hugging the touchline, exposing themselves in those central positions.
And then leaving space in behind.
Yeah, so it's you have to understand the situation and see, okay, the positions are a bit more conservative, but the reason behind that is, you've got this lead. So for all that we said about Indonesia here, it's still only 1-0. Thailand have got 3 goals.
Yeah,
big for that cushion.
Last few seconds of the first half. Here comes Narubadin. The referee calls time on a breathtaking first half of football here, in which Indonesia have been magnificent.
They've been great to watch, wonderful entertainment. Indonesia full of hunger and desire, fantastic intensity and tempo, scoring their early goal, which I think would give the fans and themselves a lot of hope. Ideally, would have wanted a second going into this halftime break, but look, can regroup in the halftime break, catch their breath, come out, hopefully rejuvenated for the second 45 to give us all the grand finale.
And who will lift that trophy? Will it be the Reds or the Blues? Right now, Indonesia in a huddle. Asnawi talking with them fervently. They will still have that belief. They're a quarter of the way there if we're looking at a mission of 4 goals. Ricky Kambuaya has given them that hope in the 7th minute with a large slice of luck thanks to the mistake from Siwarak in that tie goal. But they will most gladly take it. And the halftime score here at the National Stadium in the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 second leg final. It's Indonesia 1, Thailand 0.
bisa mau gue takdirin buat bareng terus kayak benda dan bayangannya.
Karena itu gue deketin dia. Jangan jatuh cinta sama Ata.
Aku mau jatuh cinta sama siapapun itu hak aku. Aku gak suka sama Kari. Gue ingat nih tempat ini.
Pertama kali kita ketemu.
Setelah ku bukan yang
Mereka
terbaik.
3 orang bukan salah gue dong. Enggak, lo yang PHP ini. Mereka jangan baper dong. Mama mana?
Aku nggak tahu deh.
Shame on you. Mama happy gak sih?
短期間のうちにこの汽車で40人以上の人が行方不明となっている。 数名の剣士を送り込んだが全員消息を絶った。ねんねんころりこんころり鬼が来ようとこんころり息も忘れてこんころり腹の中でもこんころりもう目覚めることはできないよ。
Adele, music, Adele.
I invite you to join me for one night only.
I flew all the way across the country just to be here.
What an incredible evening.
I chose to do the sort of comeback this way with the new album, just to celebrate how special the album, the process of making it has been really special. They're obviously going to hear a lot of older songs. And then
Speak their truth. She actually is the truth.
how posh is this?
It's going to be a very special night.
this AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 final about to get underway. Indonesia a goal up thanks to the early strike from Ricky Kambuaya. They are a quarter of the way through their mission to get 4 goals. And perhaps as a result of what we saw in the first half, Thailand are to make 3 changes. So Tanawat will make way for Pitiwat. He has actually been very regular in this tournament, a starter. Perhaps a little bit more control in midfield. Ranga is off, and Adisak, who had a fantastic tournament last edition, will be up front. And Wiratep also comes into the mix. And Wiratep goes into centre-back role that was taken up by Paui in the first half. Your thoughts on these changes, Roshan?
I mean, when you look at Thailand's squad, so I don't think there's going to be much of a dip. If anything, when you think of Pitiwat coming into central midfield, that just helps secure things a bit more on the defensive front. I think he's a different type of player than Tanawat, and Pitiwat can hold the ball a little bit more stronger physically, can play more of a defensive presence there than if they need him to. Adisak coming on gives them a chance to give Tirasin a bit of a break. He's worked very hard for them in this competition, but also monopoking here, rotating the squad around, giving opportunities to some players who perhaps, the likes of Adisak, for example, have not seen much in terms of minutes in this competition. And he still will have that physical presence up front and ability to hang on to it. And then Wiratep coming into central defence. He played
not his natural role, but he did that in the last game.
Yeah, first leg. Had to go into central defence after last Dola picked up an injury. And he did a really good job.
Howie was having a couple of problems, wasn't he? He was facing Pratama Arhan on that side. And Ramai as well. And there's Pratama Arhan. That was the aforementioned Ramai. So the mission here, Roshan, 3 more goals for Indonesia. 3 unanswered goals as well, we have to be clear. Adisak starts to move forward. Gordon Pala. Here's Tiraton. That was about as good a half as Indonesia could have hoped for. Perhaps another goal would have just given an extra bit of belief, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have going into half-time with 2 goals, giving them a big boost coming into this second 45. Would have made it a lot more exciting for us neutrals as well, and for Indonesian fans here in the stadium and out there watching along.
Here is Chanatip. Back to Gordon Pala. Back to Tiraton. Hits him up, ball across. Just too close to Mario. No way that TikTok's going to get to it. Would you say that certainly the substitutions, or at least a couple of them, would have been a reaction to what they experienced in the first half and how the Indonesians came hard at them?
Yeah, perhaps a bit of that, but also I think, I said this in the first half, for all that Indonesia did in the first 45, for all the effort, the intensity, and the enjoyable way in which they showed up here, still is just 1-0. It's still that 3-goal cushion for Thailand. Mano Bolting has spoken about trusting his squad and the ability of the players in there, and he's shown it throughout this competition. And he's got quality in the Thai squad to use.
I said that from that good result in the first leg, they feel a little more freedom today. And they said they wanted to play the way they like. There's no reason to change that. Didn't certainly have that freedom in the first half, but as Roshan points out, it is still the one goal that they have conceded.
And also, I think, going back to the substitutions, when you think of Pittiwat coming on, gives them a bit more control in the middle of the park.
Yeah. It's a reassuring presence, isn't he?
That's right. And he can sit if he needs to, he can go box to box. That's not an issue for him. You know, at times in this competition, I'll come back to that.
Really well done. Not something to see him do too much of, Ramai.
Play from the left wing, one of that front line back to help his side out defensively. But yeah, Pittiwat he can play box to box, can sit in front of the defence. At times in this competition, he's had to protect that back line.
Doing everything they can to help their teams, their respective teams. And this will be watched by millions around the world as well. It's captured the imagination. A region of more than 500 million people. Football mad region in Southeast Asia, and they've been treated to some superb football over the last month or so. Here is Pittiwat. Back to Chanatip. To really get the ball into this game. Chanatip, quite by his standards. In the first half. Oh, runner. Taken out there. Good sense of line, I should say.
I think the ball is happy with Wirotep. The way he went in there.
He's claiming an elbow into the chest of Witan. The referee looked to be going to his pocket.
Yeah, he's hooked Wirotep. Oh, it's a wild lunge from Wirotep, and it's the forearm. It looks to just have gone into the chest of Witan.
He's up fairly quickly. Wirotep has been on the pitch for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and is in the book.
Yeah, I think they are trying to make it feel
Very politely.
the case for an elbow.
He did say he wasn't expecting to be beaten by such a big margin in that first selection, Taeyong. And he blamed that on the lack of experience in the squad, but he said, I don't want to dwell too much on that defeat. I want to keep encouraging the players to focus on the positives. Thailand had the perfect match. This team had not played so well.
It was Wirotep who was just coming back in, getting a touch on that. Otherwise, Derek was in behind. Few errors defensively here from Thailand. Just see Wirotep that's got wrong side and he's done well to recover. Put the ball away from Derek.
This Tiraton does love to come in field, doesn't he? All the way from left back.
And you see when he does move in field, see Borden push out wide onto this left hand side. That's a way for them to maintain their shape, maintain their balance. And now they just hang on to the ball long enough here, Thailand, for them to again restructure. So Tiraton can move back across, and now Borden can push on forward.
Like the ball, puts it back on nobody, and drags it back. Important touch there from Tip. It's done so well. How many times have we seen him? Borden on out, ready for the shot from Tokyo. On the attack, and it's on! That substitution has made a difference. Thailand have done the things, and they're 5-1 in aggregate.
they've deserved that goal. Thailand for the start that they've made in the second half. And the fight shown here by Thailand, they just kept going and going, keeping a hold of the ball under pressure from two Indonesian players who were fighting to win it back. Kept the ball, Super Chop played it into Bodin, who was actually trying to wrap his foot around, trying to create that angle so that he could wrap his foot around it and guide it towards the far post. Couldn't quite get it out from underneath his feet. So decided to have a toe poke at it. Nadeo could only push it out into the center of the penalty box. And Adisa has come on and made a difference. And I think that should be it for Thailand in terms of the title.
His 11th goal in the AFF overall, his first in this tournament. He scored 8 in the last edition, where he was the top scorer, but that one very, very important indeed. That might put to bed some of the ghosts he may have had after missing a penalty at the end of that semi-final against Malaysia, which saw the Malaysians go through in 2018. But that, as Roshan said, is probably it though. Who knows? Well, a good early start for Indonesia in the first half, and now for Thailand in the second.
And they've regained control of this game, Thailand.
All three of the subs have clicked. Harol, Wirata preventing the ball getting to Didik, Adisa scoring that goal, and Pitiwat in midfield controlling things.
That's right. He's trying to take. Look how strong he is as well. Now he's just going through the back of him.
Just going back to that goal, Roshan, I was trying to remember who onto the ball, right, goal after that goal.
Right.
Incredible. Again and again, here's Bodin Fala. Turn ball to him. From Super Chop. This is clear. Ramai can't clear the ball himself. And they've got the lead here. So right now, full Nalapoki, who surely must believe, as do the Thai fans, that is it.
Well, Indonesian dream well and truly crushed here by Thailand. What an impact on this left-hand side. Fighting for it first in these second balls, and it's unfortunate. I think Nadeo would have had that covered. There wasn't too much pace on that shot. Excellent work by Superchok to set this one up. And Asnawi sliding that one into the back of his own net. You know, there's been a bit of drama around Asnawi, his reaction to Faris Ramli's penalty that was saved. They could have given a free kick for that, but decided to play it on. A shot from Sarat going into the back of the net via Asnawi.
No goal from Asnawi. I think that shot from Sarat could well have awarding it to Sarat. It was covered by Nadeo and came off Asnawi. And that looks like it will be it. You would think. 6-1 now is the aggregate score. And the response is to bring on another striker, Anis, one of the players of the tournament for Indonesia, Irfan Jaya. What or who will they sacrifice? Could be like for Didik and Anis. Ramai also have to make way. Well, it's very loud and celebratory in the blue part of this stadium, as you can imagine. Celebrations have certainly started. Brilliant to see. So it is indeed Hannes coming on. Irfan is an explosive player himself. And he gets the goals.
Yeah, he does. And he's been a good contributor for Indonesia in terms of his attacking output. Irfan Jaya. And Petiwat coming across and showing his power, strength. It's got that well by Wilton Sulaiman.
Is that a foul? Was that a foul? Irfan can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure that was enough for a penalty. They give it a clever pass in behind Kinsada, and then arm across. On the referee or not, they could have seen it arm across and felt that Irfan Jaya was being taken down by Kinsada.
You always run that risk, don't you? When you place your hands on the opposition. Here's Ricky Kambuaya. That's the touch on to Wilton Sulaiman, easy. Sura, a big roar of approval there from Sura. Who will probably be the most happy and relieved person in the stadium, Russian.
Yeah. So I was going to say his teammates bailed him out, but I mean, even if he's conceded that one, they still had that cushion.
Offside there for Adisak. What a devastating couple of minutes that was for Thailand.
Yeah, I mean, this has just shown the ability to go up a gear, I think, if they need to. The changes that were made in terms of the personnel, but also just that sudden change in the tempo of their play with the ball. The fact that Indonesia, I think, had just dropped off at the start of the second half and gave Thailand the time to get the passing rhythm going. It was back to that pass and move. And some wonderful movement off the ball. And then the finishing has been clinical. Fortunate at times, sure, but still they've got the job done.
Lovely work down that left-hand side. Here's Pertama Arhan. Into the path of Anis.
This guy is a rock. He's been an absolute rock at the back for Thailand. Kinsada. Pertama puts his head up looking for Hanis, the 6-yard box. And Kinsada's there. Reads danger early. Couple of quick steps across to cut out there. Took the pass from Pertama into Hanis.
Good position there. They've scored his first ever goal for Indonesia. In his fourth appearance. The youngster, 22 years of age, as with so many of these players. Oh, not that far away. And another player who has impressed. Alfie Andra.
Changing the color routine up there with Pertama Arhan. Receiving pass from Irfan Jaya. Look how Fiandra just onto this. Unlucky.
Alfie Andra plays like a grizzled veteran. He's 20 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the big differences between a lot of people look at this, Indonesia headed towards another AFF Cup final defeat. The sixth in the history as a nation in this competition. But the difference, I think, between this side and perhaps previous sides is that it's a very young team across the board. Yeah. They're only going to sort of grow together as a generation, a team, and I hope they're allowed to do that. I really, really hope they're allowed to do that.
This shouldn't, by any stretch, be looked at as a failure. Leaning backwards, Anis.
Getting bodies into the box, straight in a situation like this with Iggy, back into Hanis. He's off balance as he hit that. Well, just unbalanced pretty well. Couldn't balance himself before that shot a goal.
Sandanga, the most shots final today. Here's Eggy. Foul on him. Ketiwa. Quickly shuts his opponent.
Just hope, as I said earlier, that this Indonesian side are allowed to develop together, grow together in the next few years. And that Young is given a chance to do his job properly. You know, Southeast Asian football needs a strong Indonesian national team. I think the more you have the likes of Thailand, you have Vietnam now who stepped up to the plate and challenging the big boys in Asia. You have competitive teams, and you hope that Indonesia can join in that. Malaysia trying to step up to that level. The more you can have these teams competitive of a similar sort of level, that helps to generally grow the game in the region as well.
Here comes Thailand. It's quite the run, isn't it? That from Super Chop. To this track, will be a corner. Asnawi. To there, the quadrant.
Modin again, wonderful skill. Bit of trickery. Now he eyes on the ball all the way. Intense focus. That's a good tackle.
He wasn't the one that was nailing down a regular starting place in this lineup. He certainly grabbed this opportunity. One to Chanatip. Can still go for that top scorer award. Here's Wiratap. Dropping. Well, that goal, of course, has done Russian with about. It came with about half an hour or so more to go. Kind of killed it off, didn't it? Really, that it's difficult, isn't it, for the Indonesians after this? It's a sucker punch.
It is. But it's a credit to Thailand how they responded. I mean, I don't think it was the best of first halves, but again, they were only a goal down on the night, 3 up on aggregate. But the second half response, the changes that they made, the control that they've now asserted on the game, they've regained that element of dominance, element of control. It's put them in such a good position.
There's Chanatip. They might be hungry for a few more. Back to the Thai skipper. Very fuck with you. Now good Sada. Probably next 25 minutes or so ties. Getting in on the act. Down, play continues. Indonesia giving away. They're boxed in at the moment.
They can't get out. Just the control from Thailand. They've got bodies around. Every time they lose the ball, players are in close contact with each other. Nice close connections to link those passes, and when they lose it, they can press together as well. Busy, center of the park, linking those passes together. He is involved again. Go from left to right, back into the middle border. And this is how they've moved Indonesia around. put in. When they lose it, they pressed and won it back. It was Chanate who pounced on that loose ball, that loose pass from Indonesia.
Oh, he's ridden that one challenge, Chanate.
Can't touch them at the moment.
Good to see another player who's been on the fringes here, Sivakon, about to come on. So it's going to be Philip Roller, who's actually very, very good, isn't he? Whenever he's had the opportunity.
Sarge has had a very good second half, being that connector in midfield. Decided to sit in the middle of that back three, take a bit of a breather.
Slip through, Narubani. Who's going to get there, bit? That shot from Chanate was blocked. He's got a big smile on his face, hasn't he? Mala Polking. And now that change to be made.
Yeah, they worked this opportunity so well again. In possession, patient, until the key moment, until the key pass, until they find that breakthrough in behind. It was crying out for that cutback. The defense had dropped off. Almost invented a new word there, dropping off. It dropped off onto the edge of the 6-yard box.
85% pass accuracy. Chantate's had more touches in the second half. He certainly got more involved, and I think this is where Roller rather play, rushing a bit further up the pitch. Very offensively minded player, isn't he? Can't be easy if you're Asnawi now. You've got Tiraton and Roller, but it might just also allow Roller to, well, Tiraton's going in field again a little bit.
Connection. Guys moving into spaces, so the options for the play on the ball and the composure being shown. Challenges coming in, they're being put under pressure, but they're hanging on to it. Thailand, and they played their way out this press incredibly well again.
Beautiful space that Chanate was in. Ball up to Superchop. Wait for Adisak, but it's going to go to Narubadin. Superchop. Chanate. Last ditch from Asnawi. Here's Roller. Just come on. Player from Port, born in Munich. Moved to Thailand in 2017. Tiraton is brought down now.
They're frustrated now, the Indonesian players. And Tiraton, he saw that challenge coming from a mile away. He knew it was coming. Just took the contact. Next experience from Tiraton. See, he's got his head, he knows the challenge coming, release, and he just jumps, gets himself out of dangerous way, out of harm's way, but still takes the contact. Chanate wasn't happy. And I think Chanate's been given a yellow card as well. First part in that, running over to have a word with the referee. He can't believe it.
He's not happy with that decision. Both skippers have gone into the book. Clever play there from Tiraton. So a change that we've seen very often. One of the most senior players in the squad, Evan Dimas, replaces Rahmat Irianto, who, like his father now, it would look like both of them unfortunately lost in the Suzuki Cup final against Thailand. confirmation of that booking on Channel Tip. Adisa Kraison. Well, now we've got in. Oh, almost, wasn't it? Adisa. And then hungry for more. Weird attack. 64%. Now they've certainly asserted themselves a lot more in the second half, and a big credit there to the changes that Manu Hawking made to make sure that they could pull off the momentum. But not only that, they have gone on to score 2 goals. Has gone over to that right-hand side for a bit. This youthful side, Russian, are we thinking now the next Suzuki Cup or the one after? This is when they really come into their own in Indonesia.
I think they certainly be favourites, one of the favourites for the under 23, the AFF under 23 championships that's coming up very soon.
Most of this team, wouldn't it?
Most of the squad will be involved in that competition, and they can take these experiences along with them into that campaign. I mean, Thailand and Vietnam not going anywhere. The challenges for Indonesia now to rise up to that level. You'd expect Malaysia coming strong in the next campaign as well. Perhaps having more of a stronger squad that they were able to call up for the next campaign. Singapore on the side potentially. Now Philippines maybe with a bit more preparation time and again, being able to call up a stronger squad will be another team that will be a huge threat. So, there's been a lot of issues around some of the teams in terms of the preparations coming into this.
Here's Roller, going strong. Hopefully, no choice but to put it out of play. He's been the veteran of the side, shall we say.
That's what Roller gives you. Pace, energy, in the wider positions. It's a lot of fun. Roller.
Came into this tournament late, flew in from Germany. It's been very much on the ball whenever he's taken through the pitch. There the fans, you saw a little shot of them there. The Thai fans are certainly having a real blast. There you go, a great view of them. Here's Tiraton. Sada now joining the party. Stands the ball up. Almost away. Tiraton. There we go.
And they're just all over Indonesia at the moment. They're picking up these second balls, these loose balls. And Kitsada has got comfortable enough that he can get forward and join in these attacks. Just one back by Thailand. Tiraton deciding, what's opened up for me, why not have a shot at goal?
Touch on there from Chanatin, so aware, isn't he? Adisak. Waiting for Narupati to make that run, and here he is. They have fitted so seamlessly in this squad whenever they're called upon. And it's been so good to watch.
You can identify the style with Thailand, whether it's a team of this comes in, they know exactly what their roles are. And that's great coaching. It's great coaching. I mean, credit to the players as well for being able to take that on board and adapting to that.
The interesting thing that's come out, Roshan, in the last couple of days is that he's only contracted Manipok until the end of this tournament, and he said there have been no talks for now, because of course they're totally focused on finishing this job here. But he has said this, which is quite interesting. He said, of course, if you look at the number of touches there, Tom, is that the most? I think the Lions have gone forward and it's down the front corner. Well taken goal from Edgy Maulana out of the blue. And they're level on the night here, Indonesia, and it's something for the fans at least.
That's a really good finish from Egy. What he does here well is he just drops off a little bit, drags Wiratep along with him for spinning in behind. Lovely, clever pass into him by Witan. That's a great finish from that angle and from that distance. Find the far post.
This will give us the best view.
There we go, Witan. Turn, chipped it in behind. And I didn't expect him to score from there. Goes through the legs of Kiraton. He was looking at Siwarak thinking, come on, what's going on? Listen, it's a really good finish from Egy.
Second goal in this tournament, scored one against Singapore.
I think Siwarak reacts a little bit too late to that shot. Perhaps he's been so comfortable at the back in that goalkeeping position. I'm not sure he's had many touches of the ball in the second half, but he just switched off. It's not been the best of matches for Siwarak. Best of outings for Siwarak.
From that angle, that distance, you'd have thought would have been favourite.
Can they at least go and try and win it on the night?
Yeah, that would give them something, wouldn't it, to hold on to, but I think they've certainly done themselves proud tonight. Here is Anis. Straight to Pitsada. Just going back to that point I was making about Manipok, and he said we want to stay the number one nation in Southeast Asia, so it's important to have continuity in him. And he said he wants to be part of that because he sees a great future with this side. And he said the success has come down to the players. They've done an unbelievable job. So he's crediting a lot of the players, but I think he's got to take a fair bit of that credit too. It's given them belief again, because they had a very poor World Cup qualifying campaign by their standards.
Yeah. So with his final warning, referee trying his best to send anyone off. I think he's made the right call, just to have a word with Asnawi. I think that's a legitimate challenge to try and win the ball back. I
think we should also add, Roshan, for these two legs of the final, officiating has been fine.
Yes, it has been. It has been fine. I think the second leg of Thailand Vietnam as well was good. It was really good. Sarat concerned here. He's feeling his hamstring.
For him, still have one more change to make if they want.
There's no point risking it. There's no point risking it. I mean, the Thais already won.
Yeah, you think, as we look at this goal now, the one that Sarach scored, I thought this was going out of play, Roshan. Perhaps you can look
like it could have been just going out of play. Nadeo would have had it covered. If it's going out of play and it's not on target, then it's an own goal for Asnawi.
Which is what I thought it might have been, but we'll be generous right now.
Listen, I don't have an issue with him being awarded that goal. I think he's been very good for Thailand. He's been a connector in the middle of the park for them. And this is really great to see.
Yes,
Jenpot getting an opportunity.
if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the only player in their squad who has not had any game time. And I'd like to think he would have got some time anyway, but he gets to have some minutes here. And we're seeing Shahiran Abimanyu as well, one of the overseas contingent, plays for JDT, coming on for Indonesia. And he'll come on, it looks like, hopefully under Devanga. Oh no, he's going to come on for Anis. So, Anis was only on for a short while.
He's picked up an injury.
Let's tell you about these two players that have just come on. Tyron, I mentioned, plays for JDT, 22 years of age, another youngster for his 8th cap. Very, very sparingly used in this tournament. Indonesia can push for a third and get that win in these final few minutes. Here comes Chante, he'd like another goal, wouldn't he? But he snagged both the MVP and top scorer award. Jenpot, 25 years of age. Finally coming on. Making his debut as well for his country. So, special moment for him. Nice way to come on in the AFF Suzuki Cup final. There's Irfan. Great story of Jenpot as well. Someone has had to work his way back up to the top level in Thai football. Many times players, you know, they regarded as bright prospects, losing their way along the way, and then for him to work as hard as he has, get this call up into the national side, and now we're making an appearance in the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 final. So nice little reward for him. That's a fall for him. Still strength there between Witan and Pitiwat. Both players going shoulder to shoulder. Done well there, Irfan. He's still going. push yet. Before the tries, but Philip Roller. Oh, heavy touch from him.
We're almost there now, Thailand. So Timnas needs to try and get something going.
Januari. Flag has gone up for offside on the Indonesian skipper.
It's to give and go. Fortunate there, Asnawi. He's a wonderful footballer, Asnawi. Get better and better as he gains that experience. He's got all the right tools. Incredible fighting spirit, great heart. Gets up and down that right hand side.
4 minutes left in this match. Here comes Philip Roller. He's been switching between left and right. Got a real live wire. Chanatip. Now Adisa. Here's Roller. Chanatip. Straight away. Ricky Kambuaya, he's got no support in the box, but he's done well here. Kambuaya, referee! There's no point to the ball. For a second, for a millisecond.
He pulled that there, didn't he, referee?
I thought so.
I thought he was looking to point to the spot. Kambuaya again, I mean, I think he's been outstanding. Indonesia's best player, he throws himself to the floor in a desperate attempt to win a penalty. But I'm joking, of course. I would have just given it to him just for his efforts tonight.
We are well and truly out of time here. Stick around if you can, of course, for the presentation.
How about that for Wiratep as well? Adding ball-playing central defender to his CV. There are lots of ways to win football matches, but Thailand have done it the best way. The most enjoyable way to watch. It's been a lot of fun. It's how they control and dominate matches, how good the players are, technically and tactically. They might add another one here.
Oh, that's not that far away, is it? Adisa.
Found a wonderful balance in the team, the positions that they take up, these players, and the team structure, the team shape that they've got. Obviously, the players' individual quality making a massive difference. Was an arm left behind from Teroton. Referees.
Unnecessary. A little bit ugly at the end of this match. Teroton's been told to get back, and a yellow card given quickly by the referee.
Referee quick on the scene. Teroton the yellow card. There's an arm thrown out. The face of Fegi. Still having an argument, Fegi and Teroton.
Final chance perhaps for Indonesia. Try and get that third. Not that it would change anything overall. There was a foul in the process. That will most likely be it.
Manuel's already getting ready to celebrate. He's got WhatsApp on along with him. Arms arms outstretched. It looked like his lucky outfit, his black shirt, rolled sleeves rolled up, tucked into his jeans.
And clean underwear.
And his same underwear, but clean underwear. Yes. His dry cleaners. I've been walking all the time. But it's Thailand, here, Shazan.
And there you have it, a record-extending 6th AFF Suzuki Cup for Thailand. They have proved too strong over 2 legs. 6-time losers in the final, Indonesia, who gave it absolutely everything today, but fell short in 2 minutes, where as many goals were scored. Thailand, deserving winners, Rich, what you're right.
As I said, many ways to win a football match, many ways to win a tournament, but Thailand's way has been the best way. It's been so enjoyable to watch them. They've controlled everything since the start. They've controlled matches, the way they've set themselves up, the quality that they've shown. Technically, tactically, it's been a brilliant watch and it's been wonderful to analyse. And it's a deserved, really deserved title for Thailand. Back on top, kings of ASEAN, kings of Southeast Asia, kings of the AFF Suzuki Cup. On to bigger and better things now. And it's good to see Thailand sort of back up there. You know, after the last couple of years, it's not been going too great for them on the international stage. Mano Polking, you mentioned that perhaps his contract's not quite sorted yet. I don't see why.
Get that man a contract.
Get it done.
Absolutely.
Famous words in the world of punditry, right? Get down that contract, let him write whatever he wants on it. I actually think that he won't let us down, Mano Polking, in terms of that comment.
Hardison has done his part, hasn't he? Got the equaliser, just to kill things off a little bit. But this team returned to the top of the tree. And they've shown, having been stung really in the last couple of years, since the 2018 AFF, where they didn't have all their star players here, they are kings of Southeast Asia once again. The final score here at the National Stadium is Thailand 2, Indonesia 2. On aggregate, they win 6-2 and take back a 6th AFF Suzuki Cup. So as we await the prize-giving ceremony, the stage being set up there on the National Stadium pitch, as you can clearly see. We look back at what has been a superb tournament from start to finish, twice postponed. As you see Egy Maulana there, who flew in a little bit later than he would have wanted. But he had to complete his league obligations. We're giving the Man of the Match award out very soon indeed. We'll get that sorted out, but they're celebrating at the moment, the Thais. But having it, first of all, Russell, in a centralised venue, of course, from a COVID point of view, they had to do it. The Thais have had their league go on, haven't they? And they just cut it short not too long ago. Mano Polking didn't have that much time with the side, but they've come in and they've prospered in this bubble that we've had to create for this tournament.
They have. I think the benefit of Manu coming in is that he's worked in Thailand for a long time. He's very familiar with the players. He knows all of them. He knows the culture. He understands it very well, and that's crucial. That's vital for a foreign coach coming in to understand the culture that you're getting immersed in and to find a way of working with it. And he's done incredibly well, and it's paid dividends for them in the competition. So you see the Man of the Match award for Ricky Kambuaya, another one I'm happy with.
Yes,
another one I'm happy with. It's a deserved one for Ricky Kambuaya. I think he's been Indonesia's best player. Just unfortunate he was on the unfortunate for him and for Indonesian fans, he was on the losing end. Not on the night, but on aggregate.
So those are your stats, and Thailand really managing to exert far more control in the second half.
Second half was a lot better from Thailand. The way they just controlled and dominated this game. Just a sign of how good a side they are, that they could go up a couple of gears and say, we're going to control this one, we're going to dominate this one, and they did.
Indonesia, they're going over to their fans, who've been brilliant throughout, and You know, the word, I think you and I have said it a number of times, that this team needs patience, this needs time. Let them grow, let them flourish.
Absolutely. And without any unnecessary interference, let the team grow, let the younger players go out and develop and try and challenge themselves in other leagues, higher level leagues. It's been a really good positive campaign for Indonesia and the national side. It's a very young team, very young squad. Shin Tae-yong's a highly experienced head coach, knows what he wants out of his team, knows how he wants them to be playing, and I think they've made their fans very happy.
Let's now hear from the winning coach, Manupolking of Thailand.
Coach, you joined the team not too long ago. How impressed are you with your players over the tournament?
Yeah, I must say they did a fantastic job. I think we play an almost perfect tournament from the beginning. The effort that they put in, the quality of the players, the way they were professional in the right moments. We rotate a lot. They always step in with the same quality. Today we knew it would be a little bit psychology difficult. We concede a goal. We keep calm. They come back. They score the 2 goals. Of course, we concede another one, but again, we construct that win in the first game with a great 4-0 performance, and I am so proud of these players. And of course, I am really happy. I hope we gave Thailand a very nice New Year gift and make the people happy, because it's not an easy year with COVID and everything. And I think sometimes football can help to just make the people forget a little bit about the problems, and they are cheering us, supporting us, and we are just, again, so happy that we could make it.
And from your personal point, who has impressed you most in the tournament from Thailand? From your personal point of view, which player has impressed you the most? From your personal view, which player has impressed you the most?
Yes. I would say again, of course, players like Chanatip, Tiraton, Tirasil, we know that, we know the quality. They are already in the business, well known from everyone, and they are the ones that decide the games in important moments. I don't like to take always one player, but if I can tell you, I believe what Chris Sada did in this tournament for me was the biggest achievement as an individual, because he was not playing in that position in his club. He stepped in as a center back, was winning all the challenge, quality with the ball to build up. That is our style. So I must say that he impressed me a lot. But again, I think that is a victory of a team that really worked very hard from the first day, and today got the trophy back to Thailand, where we want to keep it for a very long time.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
You're welcome.
Lovely thoughts there. He just is an infectious, happy kind of guy, isn't he, Rushan? You've spent some time talking to him as well, and there's the team manager, Manupang, being feted by her players.
Yeah, I think it was really great to hear from Manupolking and what he had to say there when he was asked about who stood out for him as Thailand's MVP, and all the names rolling off his tongue. Chanatip, Tirasin, Tiraton, everyone showing their quality, but Krit Sada being the man. And I think that's a player that we picked out as well during the game. And he's absolutely right to praise Krit Sada. That young man is going to be a massive player for Thailand for years to come.
Big smile there from Chanatip Songkrasin. Rushan, if you did not know anything about ASEAN football or did not follow this team, you wouldn't know that Krit Sada's not a natural centre-back.
No, you wouldn't. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you don't know that he actually is a central midfielder or defensive midfielder.
What's that theory you have again?
It's easier for central midfielders to play, or defensive midfielders to play at centre-back than it is for central defenders to play in midfield. They can't do it, I'm telling you. But look, let's go back to these players and the effort that they put in. And Manupolking again in that interview saying he thought they played it brilliantly throughout the tournament, throughout the competition. And he's right. He's absolutely right. And I said it. They've been the best team to watch in this AFF Suzuki Cup.
Yeah, they've shown great attacking ability and defensive solidity. And now let's hear from the man of the moment, the captain of Thailand, Chanatip Songkrasin. What a tournament he's had, Russian Chanatip Songkrasin. He didn't play in the last one in 2018. He was the preceding MVP for the other two tournaments. As the Thai fans celebrate there. We'll talk about Chanatip in a short while. We're going to get the Korean perspective, the Indonesian perspective from their Korean coach, Shin Tae-yong, who was trying to be as positive as possible before this, and it'll be interesting to hear what he has to say at the end of it all.
Coach, you topped your group, you got into the final, and now you've had a very courageous final as well. What's the overall assessment of your team?
지금 조 1위로 통과하시고 지금 이렇게 결승전 올라와서 경기 잘하셨는데 전체적인 우리 팀에 대한 평가, 이 토너먼트를 하시면서 전체적인 팀에 대한 평가 한번 부탁드립니다.
잘 아시다시피 우리 선수들이 아직 어리고 젊기 때문에 가장 부족했던 경험이 가장 부족했다고 생각하고 마지막 파이널 1차전에서 그 경험이 부족했던 것이 너무나 현실이 드러났고, 그렇지만 2차전에 우리 선수들이 남들 최선을 다했던 모습, 지금 우리 선수들 성장하고 있는 모습이 너무 좋았기 때문에 이런 칸대에서 우리 선수들이 한 발 한 발 다가가고 있고 나가고 있는 모습이 너무 좋았다. 전체적으로 경험과 패기가 우선 최고 좋아지고 있는 모습이 이번 토너먼트에서 우리가 수학이라고 생각할 수 있다 생각합니다.
As you are most probably as you are aware, our squad is still very young. But then, because of the fact that we are young, the experience was something that was lacking on the squad. But then there was I could see the passion that our young boys had throughout the tournament, and then it was something I was happy to see in our boys that they could go on even when they had difficulties ahead of themselves. So all in all, throughout the tournament, experience is something that we definitely regained, and also I could reconfirm the passion that the boys had to move forward. So that's positive.
You spoke about the passion. Now looking ahead to the AFF Under 23, do you think you guys are favorites to win this competition now?
지금 AFF 23세 대회가 기다리고 있는데요. 지금 감독님 열정에 대해서 얘기를 하셨는데 이기실 것인지, 우승하실 것인지.
우리가 지금 우리 23세 선수들이 지금 대표팀의 20세, 23세 어린 선수들이 기둥이다 보니까 이런 경험을 쌓기 위해서라도 나가서 좋은 경기를 해야 된다. 그리고 그런 시합에 나가서 우승이라는 것을 못 따고 나면 선수들이 훨씬 더 자신감 붙기 때문에 우승할 수 있도록 우리도 준비 잘 할 것이다.
The backbone of our team, as you've seen clearly throughout the tournament, is mostly under 20, under 22, under 23 young players. So an opportunity like that for us to even further development of our football is waiting for us in the future.
Thank you very much and well played.
Thank you.
Yep, it's about the future, isn't it, for this Indonesian side, as has been noted, as we see there the team manager taking it all in, Madam Pang. And now Manu Polking is going to get thrown up in the air with his favourite kit on. And you can just see the affection they have for him.
Yeah, he's a popular guy. And you heard it from Chanatip in his interview earlier as well. He was thanking Manu Polking for his role, the role that he's played, the success of this Thai team in this competition. Lots of smiles. They deserve to be smiling. They deserve to be enjoying themselves. And this man here as well, you know, he's had lots of critics come at him for his time in Thailand with Bangkok United and perhaps not being able to lead them to a title. This will shut lots of critics up, I think. You know, stepping in, not really that much time coming into this campaign, and not just winning it, but winning it in a wonderful fashion, a really enjoyable style.
Could be one of those quiz questions, isn't it? Which manager has won more international titles than he had at club level, and only having managed for a few months, he's won on his first go at anything. This was his first international stint. Brilliant for him.
You know, he spoke about how important this competition is, how important winning it is, and it gives you time, and instantly you become a hero. And you know, that's what he will be back home. But here's a look at the goal that kicked things off. Rudy Kambuaya, first of all, is keeping it on target. It was a mistake from Siwara. A really encouraging start from Indonesia. For the neutrals watching this one, we thought Indonesia would just be giving us something to get excited about, but Thailand exerted their control and the dominance. The goal there from Adisak, and then here from Saraj, going into the back of the net, off a deflection of Asnawi. And this is a really good finish from Egy Maulana. And it's 2-2 on the night. 6-2.
6-2 on aggregate. It is the biggest win by any team, any country in the AFF Suzuki Cup over 2 legs. Biggest aggregate win.
6 goals for the 6th title.
Yeah, a lot of sixes in this 6th time that Indonesia have not won. And there's the number 6, Saraj Huyen, who's also up and about now. He had that injury a little bit earlier on. As they now await the prize ceremony, which everything looks to be pretty much ready to go here at the National Stadium. Thailand now looking to try and qualify for the Asian Cup, Roshan, and that's their next big gig, as it were.
It has to be about progression. It has to be about taking that next step. Yes, regional champions, kings of Southeast Asia again, but it cannot and should not end here. There needs to be a progression in their play. It needs to be a progression in their level, and that's where they'll see themselves at. You know, getting back amongst the elite of Asian football. And
that's where they see themselves, aren't they?
And that's the challenge. That's the key. They're trying to take the next step, trying to move up to that level.
Even Chanatip made the mention of it. That he was twice still struggling a little bit beyond Southeast Asia, and now smiles, and it's good to see from the Indonesians.
It has been a very good performance from the Indonesians. It's been an enjoyable campaign for them, and I mean, they deserve to smile. They do. It's a young team, a young squad. They've got a big bright future ahead of them if they get things right. You know, if they aren't distracted, if they aren't, the development isn't interfered with, they can get players overseas. Lots of ifs coming up. The talent is there, the squad is there. They have players capable of making that next
next step up in their development and carrying the team forward. And they've got a really good head coach in Shin Tae-yong who's very experienced. So, I mean, let's see what the future holds, but the signs are really bright for Indonesia.
Yeah, he's got another couple of years on his contract at the moment, Shin Tae-yong. Supposedly the best paid coach in the region as well. As we see the VIPs now line up as we start to give those awards out. All, of course, nicely spaced out. So we await then the first tokens of appreciation, which is going to be for the officials. As we said, Rushan, I think a very good job the last 3 matches in particular.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think they've done a good job. We haven't had to talk about the referees much, which is perfect for me. I don't think they should be the focus of things. But yeah, they've done a good job.
Ahmad Faisal Muhammad Al Ali from Jordan, assisted today by Ahmed Mansour Samara Musen, Hamza Abdel Ahmad Abdullah, these are all from Jordan. And the fourth official today, Mohammed Khalid Al Hosh from Saudi Arabia, and they presented these tokens of appreciation by Mr. Winston Lee, the AFF General Secretary. And he also gets to photograph the ball. For the AFF, the Under-23 tournament to be held in Cambodia in mid-February. We've talked about that Indonesia will go in there, whether they want to admit it or not, as the big favourites. The draw has been made a few days ago. Indonesia with a pretty good group. Thailand with Vietnam and Singapore in a group of 3. That'll be interesting.
Longest I've ever seen referees being awarded the tokens of appreciation.
It's normally done fairly briskly, isn't it?
Yeah. And you know what's great is the crowd around here. You know, normally when referees get awarded these tokens, the whole stadium goes against them.
Yeah.
And it's a negative reception, but no one here has been booing them.
Especially given the context as well.
Yeah.
This is good to see. And there's a lot of talk about VAR coming in to the next edition of the AFF Suzuki Cup. Let's see if that happens. I think it will be a tremendous boost for the tournament.
It will be, but there's lots of things involved with getting it together. The referees deserve their moment in the spotlight.
For the Fair Play Award. Indonesia get the Fair Play Award.
to Indonesia for winning the Fair Play Award.
When you're the runner-up and you get the Fair Play Award, it's always hard, isn't it? And he's been presented the trophy there by Mr. Lim Kia Tong, the AFF Vice President, also President of the Football Association of Singapore and Chairman of the local organising committee. I think it's been very, very well organised in the end, Roshan.
Oh, yes. It has been incredibly well organised. It's a credit to all the organisers, all the people who've worked so incredibly hard to put this competition together. It's been a wonderful, wonderful competition. Everything has been smooth, everything has been well organised.
The top scorer award. There were 4 players who got 4 goals each. Chanatip Songkrasin and Tirisan Danga there from Thailand, Safari Rasid from Malaysia, and Bienvenido Maranon from the Philippines. Of course, these are the only 2 here still in Singapore. They will go up to collect that award. Also to be presented by Mr. Lim Kia Tong.
Fascinating, isn't it? I mean, 4 players winning the Golden Boot Award. Good luck sharing that.
Split down the middle. And there's a nice little check there of $2,500 US. I hope that's going to get split as well, always.
Put that in a team fund or a charity fund, perhaps.
Tirisan went off at half-time. I was wondering whether he would have been up there still because Chanatip was on the pitch.
And they're discussing now what they're going to do with this.
Are we going to contact Maranon and Safawi? It better not go too far away. No surprises. Chanatip Songkrasin is the most valuable player of the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020, reclaiming that award that he won both in 2014 and 2016.
Yeah, gets a big roar from the crowd. I don't think anyone can have too many complaints about this, his impact in the Thai side and just his overall play. But I think perhaps he could have looked at maybe Kritsada, who has been a consistent performer for Thailand throughout this campaign. Can't really complain about that, can you, Chanatip winning the MVP award?
It's a record extending 3rd time that he has won the award. Chanatip, which is a fantastic achievement, as you get to check there of $10,000 presented to him by Ms. Rosanna Arshad, the Assistant Director of Nursing at Tan Tock Seng Hospital. I think that's a lovely gesture as well.
Yeah.
Just a nod to the frontliners who've really been at the forefront of things here during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, they've been MVPs themselves, haven't they? And
I like that, absolutely true.
And again, we spoke about this, I think, at the start of the campaign, or one of the other matches in this campaign, where the bigger picture of the situation around the world, and the fact that you mentioned this competition has been postponed twice, but still we've been able to hold it now. And it's because of the wonderful work of the frontliners around the globe, around the world. We are where we are at the moment. Things have certainly improved. And I hope the positives continue.
Yeah, and I think Manu Poking also said it, didn't he, as well, that we just hope we've given people a little bit of joy and distraction over this time. Here are the semi-finalists. Vietnam pick up a check of $50,000 as a representative for Vietnam, presented to him by Mr. Winston Lee, the AFF General Secretary. We should get a pretty decent reception as well for the other losing semi-finalist, of course, who captured the imagination and almost pulled off what would have been one of the stories of the tournament. There you go, there's a reception, because Singapore get the other $50,000 check. It's been collected by Mr. Lim Kia Tong, who's the president of the Football Association of Singapore. Nine-man Singapore, almost beaten. They came within a missed penalty in the 88th minute of getting into the final. And that one will certainly be a classic for many, many years to come. Always a tough walk when you're a runner-up. So Indonesia led there by Egy Maulana. That's interesting. He's leading the players up. Indonesia, who have fought so hard and have missed out once again on getting a winner's medal. That is never easy. Runners-up, as you can see there. Straight runners-up for 3 editions between 2000 and 2004, then 2010, 2016, and again the 2020 edition.
Tough one to take. As a nation, 6 finals, 6-time silver medalists. But as I said, I think the difference is you've got a very young side, very young squad here that has the potential to grow. I just hope we're not, a couple of years down the line, wondering again why Indonesia have been able to take that next step. But in terms of this campaign, if we're just looking at this, you look at the campaign that they put in, the effort that they put in this team, I think they've made people back home very proud. I think Indonesians can be really proud of this team, this young team with plenty of potential and quality. And again, the challenge is just taking the next step. Will they be given those opportunities to do that?
Yeah, there were some limitations ahead of this tournament, during the tournament as well, as we saw today. But they have certainly won a lot of fans as well with their brand of football. Nadeo, who was not even scheduled to start for his country, a couple of twists and turns helped him become quite the hero for Indonesia, particularly savouring that penalty. There is so much potential in this side. They are one of the youngest squads in the AFF Suzuki Cup. Shin Tae-yong has to stay in the job, I think. Continuity is... And he's been a real breath of fresh air as well in those press conferences, hasn't he?
He has. I think he's been very good amongst the coaches, and with the press conferences, what they've said, it's been fascinating to watch that little battle between the coaches in those situations, you know. Things they say about each other. He tried to get under one of Poking's skin a little bit.
Just listen to that, Roshan, as we just hear the crowd roar. They like him. They really like him. And Dato Sri Francisco Kalbuwadile, the AFF Vice President, Chairman of the AFF Competitions Committee, giving out all those medals, and now the mock check of $100,000 for the runners-up Indonesia.
Yeah, they should be happy with him. The work that he's done, Shin Tae-yong, to take Indonesia into the final of this competition. You know, again, remember in the previews, in the build-up to this, not too many people would have expected Indonesia to go all this way. He's done a wonderful job against the odds.
And now Chanatip Sokrasin. Going up. Teammates letting him go up first. There they are, the 6 times they've won this: 1996, 2000, 2002. Then there was a big break, wasn't there? When Singapore and Malaysia ruled supreme, 2014, 2016, and now 2020, where they will feel they have reclaimed their rightful place at the top of the ASEAN tree. And it's not just that they've won it, Roshan, it's just the way they have won this tournament.
They've won it in style. A lot of fun to watch this Thailand squad. You see,
only 4 nations have ever won this. Thailand extending their record to 6. Singapore second with 4. Vietnam 2, 1 for Malaysia. Mano Poking will get and should get the plaudits here.
yeah, just looking at Chanatip and Mano as well, just giving each other a hug. And Chanatip was full of praise for Mano Poking. He appreciates the work that he's done with this team and how he's led them to the title. Mano letting all his players go up first, receive their medals, all his coaching staff ahead of him.
Chai on his crutches after that injury. Yeah, the guys who've been in the wars, haven't they? Richard, been injured. Patompon as well, didn't feature today. Last goal limping.
They've all played their part.
Absolutely. Every one of them has had a chance. I don't think any squad can say that here in this tournament. And he has juggled and mixed things around beautifully. Mano Poking, as they get all their awards from Major General Kiel Samet, the AFF President and Chairman of the AFF Tournament Committee. They also collect a winner's check of $300,000 US. That's a nice tidy sum, isn't it? And now the trophy to be presented to the Thai skipper, Chanatip Songkrasin. What a tournament he has had yet again. Here we go. Here are your AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 champions, Thailand. For a record-extending 6th time, they celebrate being the champions of Southeast Asia.
You know, it's great to see when the players and the coaches get a chance to get the trophy, because it should be about them. They're the ones who put in the effort on the pitch, on the training ground. They deserve to lift the trophy. They worked hard for moments like this. Thailand deserved winners. Great to see Chanatip getting the chance to lift the trophy. Mano Poking as well.
Brilliant scenes for the Thai team, and I'm sure celebrations in Thailand as well, and the huge diaspora. They reclaim their title, the title they always feel that they should get. They should be at the top of the front of the queue. Well, this will be a great moment for the country. 6 times they've done it. Having come excruciatingly close to getting into the final last time, missing out. And they will have their name etched onto that again. congratulations to Thailand.